Wherever you go, no matter the weather, always bring your own sunshine. Anthony J. D'Angelo. I don't have to get up in the morning and go beat up my body like I used to. I don't have to be out there in August in 108-degree weather down in Texas. Emmett Smith. Life is possible only through challenges. Life is possible only when you have both good weather and bad weather, when you have both pleasure and pain, when you have both winter and summer, day and night. When you have both sadness and happiness, discomfort and comfort. Life moves between these two polarities. Moving between these two polarities, you learn how to balance. Between these two wings, you learn how to fly to the farthest star. Rajneesh. If enough people think of a thing and work hard enough at it, I guess it's pretty nearly bound to happen, wind and weather permitting. Laura Ingalls Wilder. Conversation about the weather is the last refuge of the unimaginative. Oscar Wilde. Climate is what we expect, weather is what we get. Mark Twain. If you want to see the sunshine, you have to weather the storm. Frank Lane. A bank is a place where they lend you an umbrella in fair weather and ask for it back when it begins to rain. Robert Frost. What good is the warmth of summer, without the cold of winter to give it sweetness? John Steinbeck. The cold never bothered me anyway. Elsa. It was so cold I almost got married. Shelley Winters. We feel cold, but we don't mind it, because we will not come to harm. And if we wrapped up against the cold, we wouldn't feel other things, like the bright tingle of the stars, or the music of the aurora, or best of all the silky feeling of moonlight on our skin. It's worth being cold for that. Philip Pullman, Awesome Weather Quotes. October extinguished itself in a rush of howling winds and driving rain, and November arrived, cold as frozen iron, with hard frosts every morning and icy drafts that bit at exposed hands and faces. J. K. Rowling. Love keeps the cold out better than a cloak. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Scarves, mittens, and hats are a great way to express your personality in the cold weather. Brad Goreski. A good way to remedy a cold morning is to have a warm heart. Keith Wynne. I like these cold, gray winter days. Days like these let you savor a bad mood. Bill Watterson. If the world is cold, make it your business to build fires. Horace Traubel. It was that kind of a crazy afternoon, terrifically cold, and no sun out or anything, and you felt like you were disappearing every time you crossed a road. J. E. Salinger. To appreciate the beauty of a snowflake, it is necessary to stand out in the cold. Aristotle. Cold winter weather is snow laughing matter. In the cold dark days of winter, dream about the flowers to get warmed up. Mehmet Murat Ilden. Winter must be cold for those with no warm memories. And Bradstreet. It is impossible, to me at least, to be poetical in cold weather. George Eliot. The sun did not shine. It was too wet to play. So we sat in the house. All that cold, wet day. Dr. Seuss. Good weather all the week, but come the weekend the weather stinks. When the weather is too hot they complain, too cold they complain, and when it's just right, they're watching TV. Rita Rudner. People change more frequently than the seasons do, and still, we blame the sun for bringing in the heat. Schwedetail. Good weather all week, but come the weekend, and the weather stinks. When the weather is too hot, they complain, too cold, they complain, and when it's just right, they're watching TV. Rita Rudner. Never kick a fresh turd on a hot day. Harry S. Truman. When the weather is hot, keep a cool mind. When the weather is cold, keep a warm heart. A John Brahm. At night, hot weather opens the skull of a city, exposing its white brain and its central nerves, which sizzle like the inside of an electric light bulb. Truman Capote. What dreadful hot weather we have. It keeps one in a continual state of inelegance. Jane Austen. Yes, US travelers dress better. The British are always so conspicuous in hot climates. They don't seem to wear shorts. American men seem to be comfortable wearing hot weather clothing. Bill Bryson. Surely, anyway, a working day of 8 or 9 hours which is not split by a nap is simply too much for a human being to take, day in, day out, and particularly so in hot weather. Tom Hodgkinson. The morning heat had already soaked through the walls, rising up from the floor like a ghost of summers past. Eric Tomlin. We shall never be content until each man makes his own weather and keeps it to himself. Jerome K. Jerome. Whenever people talk to me about the weather, I always feel certain that they mean something else. Oscar Wilde. Heat. It was so dreadful that I found there was nothing for it but to take off my flesh and sit in my bones. Sidney Smith. When the weather is hot, keep a cool mind. When the weather is cold, keep a warm heart. Proverb, awesome weather quotes. Every mile is two in the winter. George Herbert. Don't knock the weather. 9/10 of the people couldn't start a conversation if it didn't change once in a while. Ken Hubbard. Empirical analysis reveals that happiness is negatively related to temperature in a linear model, and is maximized at 13.9 degrees Celsius in a quadratic model. Yoshiro Tsutsui. There's no such thing as bad weather, only inappropriate clothing. Sir Ranulph Fiennes. Rain makes me happy. It is clean and comforting. It represents new beginnings and freedom. I always felt it washed away pain, all the dirt and stains. The rain makes me feel alive. Scarlett Jensen. But tomorrow may rain, so I'll follow the sun. The Beatles. Weather is a literary specialty, and no untrained hand can turn out a good article on it. Mark Twain. Tears of joy are like the summer rain drops pierced by sunbeams. Hosea Ballou. Live in the sunshine, swim the sea, drink the wild air. Ralph Waldo Emerson. There are no rules of architecture for a castle in the clouds. G.K. Chesterton. Stars gather around great souls as storms do around mountains, but, like them, they break the storm and purify the air of the plain beneath them. Jean Paul. The storm came. Lives were washed away. Ancient pains resurfaced. Now it is time for a sea of change. Travis Smiley. Clouds come floating into my life, no longer to carry rain or usher storm, but to add color to my sunset sky. Rabindranath Tagore. It is only in sorrow bad weather masters us, in joy we face the storm and defy it. Amelia Barr. There is always a storm. There is always rain. Some experience it. Some live through it. And others are made from it. Shannon L. Alder. Rise above the storm and you will find the sunshine. Mario Fernandez. Never make your most important decisions when you are in your worst moods. Wait. Be patient. The storm will pass. The spring will come. Robert Schuller.